Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you graced me with your presence. It is Stanley Cup time. Avs are up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup final, so really exciting time for hockey. You know that I'm cheering for my Avs. But we're gonna do today, gonna go through a market update. I haven't done this in a while, so I think it's important to take a look at sort of what's happening with prices. A lot of prices, if you've watched my content before, you know summertime is the time where we always see dips in the market. You know, people are out, they're doing other things, they're not looking at cards, which creates an opportunity if you're willing to do the work to buy, right? When everyone's selling, when prices are low, you want to be buying. If you would have done that last year, pretty much everything you would have bought, as long as the player played in the NHL, prices went up and you would have been able to sell at the start of the season and into the season for a pretty decent margin, some better than others depending on who you bought. But it didn't matter. You were making money regardless of who you bought. So let's take a look at the market. Let's see who's up. Let's see who's down. Let's go. Okay, guys, let's get right into it. So first of all, I'll show you how I have this sorted. Again, using market movers as always. There's a promo code below if you want to try market movers out. There's a code there, LAP20 off, and you'll get 20% off your first month. And I believe there's also another promotion where you can get your first month for $1. But a great tool, still using it, loving it, new features. Anyways, let's get into it. So let's show how I have this sorted. I have it sorted by hockey, and we're only going to look at PSA 10s here. We're going to look at Upper Deck, and then we're going to look at Young Guns Base and Young Guns Canvas. So I'm going to exclude all the other stuff, and we're going to have slabs ending above $60, which may be a little bit low. I could probably bump that up, but it's fine. We'll go over. And then we're looking at the last 90 days of performance, okay? So very simply, take a look at the top guy here. So we got Trevor Zegras, his Young Gun Canvas. This is a pop 68 already, so people grading some Zegras. You can see his starting average, so he's down 73% here. Not unreasonable. Well, I shouldn't say not unreasonable. I should say not unexpected. And the reason for that is when you have your first card come out, if you can be first to market, you can usually get a really good price for it, and then that market settles in. Much like the new product that's come out. If you guys haven't watched the channel, and Series 2 is out now, it just came out last week, I believe. If you're buying that stuff, have fun with it. But in terms of buying Young Guns, hold off. Those prices are going to come down. Again, this is for people who are new to the channel. Young Guns, when they come out, are always at their peak, and they all come down. Now, rookies tend to hold a little bit more value through the summertime than players who've been around for a few years, but still prices are at a peak. So just be careful when you're making those purchases if it's something you're not aware of. So the exact same thing here. Trevor Zegras grades, someone sold at $713 for a starting average, which I'm assuming would be the first sale. And, it's settled in, likely settling at this $200 US mark. And again, these prices are in US dollars. So $193, roughly $250 Canadian. He's down 73%, but not much there. Troy Terry, low pop 85. He's down 66%, down at about $80 for a PSA 10. So okay, we got our Temi Panarin, and then we got Trevor Zegras. Same thing happening with his regular Young Guns. So 835 down to settled in at about 350. So still a pretty good price there for Zegras. Got to be careful with quality on these, but that's all right. Jason Robertson sitting at just under $200 now, so that's $250 Canadian, down about 60% from the starting average, and sort of the same thing. It was a really low pop, and then everyone caught on, and everyone fired in their Robertsons. Guys in my Discord know what is going on and know what I'm talking about, and so that price is just naturally going to come down as this pop goes up, and I would expect this pop to go up quite a bit more. I know there's a lot of Jason Robertsons there. Jonathan Huberdeau, this one a little bit surprising, down 50%. So this was up 440. So I'm thinking Canadian dollars. It was at 550 Canadian. I was looking to sell mine, and down to 219 US. So that's about, call it $300 Canadian ish. This is just the start of the summertime, guys, again, which is why I'm sort of looking at it now going in, and I'm going to be watching these prices to see how they fall over summertime with some of the things that I'll be looking to buy, because I think there's a lot of opportunities being created. Sebastian Aho down 43%. We got Cole Caulfield down. Here's a big one. We got Alexander Ovechkin down We'll take a look at all of his data. So you see Ovi hit a peak here of about $9,050, and there was a really low sale here of $4,400. And this sale, if we go into detailed results here, then we can see this was an auction. So prepping for this video, one thing that I realized is that auctions are going extremely low. If you're looking at auction cards right now, it's not a good time. They're just going way low, and that's going to be what you see in some of the other cards that we go through. But Ovi, interesting to see what happens here. First of all, you can see volumes down, not selling quite as many Ovis right now. Again, getting into summertime mode, so nothing that's too unexpected there. Jack Hughes down a little bit, surprising too that he's down this much, 41%, down at around the $200 Canadian mark, 172 US. DeBrincat down. Mikko not having the best playoffs, but still contributing. I wouldn't be surprised to find out if he's injured or something. But anyways, that PSA 10 of his base Young Gun down at $150, so under $200 Canadian. That's pretty low for Mikko. We got Line A Hughes, another big one that was down. We'll take a look at Barkov, because I was looking to sell this Barkov. I can't remember what I sold mine for, if it was around 700 Canadian, and not too long ago, I feel. But you can see the rise. Well, that was a single good sale at $600, but he's come straight back down, and he's at $275 US. A little bit interesting for a player of his caliber. Also notice that the pop is 168. So Barkov, that seems like an incredibly good price to me, and I'll be watching. Jack Eichel down. We got Malkin down a good chunk, down 35%. Svetch down 35%. You know, all these guys are named players, right? Alex DeBrincat, you got Mitch Marner down 30%. Braden Point down 30%. Jordan Kyrou, 30% just seems to be the standards. Tim Stützle down 28%. Leon Draisaitl down 27%. Jack Hughes down 27%. So these are a lot of big name players to be, you know, right around that 30% mark. Matthew Tkachuk down about 24%. Kirill Kaprizov even down to $422 US. We'll take a look at his chart really quickly. I do have a couple Kirills, and we see that thing just trickling down. And reason for this, again, is just pop. Everybody has those Kaprizovs at PSA. And where will this stop? I don't know. I don't think it's going to go down a heck of a lot more. I think this card's going to hold value over summer. But, you know, still trending down, and still a pretty reasonable grading play at 420, which is 369.12, call it $550 Canadian. So still not too bad depending on what you can get Kaprizov at. So that's Kaprizov. Take a look at Connor. Connor down 20%. It's just everyone, right? Adam Fox down 20%. Josh Norris Canvas 16, Adam Fox down 15%. This card's already, Adam Fox has already fallen like a brick throughout the season. His Young Gun, not sure if we missed it there. Oh, here's his Young Gun here. Take a quick peek at Adam Fox, and actually had a couple of sales. I'm assuming this is probably held up a little bit through the playoffs here. So yeah, just going back a couple weeks to when this would be when the Rangers were still in the playoffs, and we'll see what happens. I would expect it to definitely settle into this, you know, $200 US mark, somewhere around there. But Adam Fox come down a long way. That's Fox. Now let's take a look. Let's switch this up, and let's take a look at the players who are up. So the first player who's up, Shane Bowers. Again, this low dollar card. So we're going to look past some of these low dollar cards and get down to see who's up. Here's Tarasenko up 87%. Pretty reasonable. I think Tarasenko was a little bit undervalued, but up at about $195. That's $250 Canadian. PSA 10. Kyler Yamamoto up a bit. Jason Robertson Canvas up. Pop 38 there. Let's check what's going on here. Yeah, so it's only a pop 38. It looks like it was a single sale, so we'll sort of see where that settles in, or what that does. Keep going here. Steven Stamkos up 44%. Nikita Kucherov up. Well, he's still going in the playoffs right now, right? So got another shot at a cup. Steven Stamkos right there with him, up 30% and 44% respectively. And again, I didn't click into many of those sales that were down, but again, auctions were getting crushed. So if you're auctioning cards right now, remember, be careful with those. Rasmus Dahlin up a bit. You know, he was down as low as 111, so a decent sale here. Last sale at 142. Pretty reasonable. We got Kale here who is doing it. We'll take a look at his graph. And Kale just won the Norris tonight, but we'll take a look at all of his data to sort of see what that's done. And so we can see the levels where Kale's gotten to, and we'll see what happens with him if the Avs can pull off a cup. I would expect a pretty nice spike after, and then I would expect it to come back down. And then it's just going to be on what the market thinks of Kale going into next year, but will come down over the summertime just like everything else will, I would imagine anyways. Igor Shesterkin up 30%. And by the way, the NHL awards were tonight, but these prices won't reflect the awards because it hasn't uploaded yesterday's sales yet. Those won't be up yet. So those won't be priced in. Nick Suzuki up 23%, Rupe Hintz up. So these are the guys who are up. We had to look at some of the guys who are down. What are the lessons? I think it's time to just keep watching and, auctions. If you're looking to buy, watch auctions right now because I think a lot of auctions are going to go really low. Going into the summertime, best piece of advice, the low that we had last year was in the second week of July into August. So we got about another 4 or 5 weeks until we really hit the bottom. That's when everyone's at the beach and we're at the cabins and we're doing things with the family and all those things. And we should be doing those. It's summertime. In Canada here, summers are pretty short. But if you take a little bit of time, put in some work, it's a great buying opportunity. So just take a little bit of time, maybe watch the market, see what's happening. I'm sure you'll pick up some great buys. We're watching to buy, to grade, to flip, all of it. We're just going to be buying and getting ready for the expo. I will be at the expo in November. I bought my plane ticket. I hope to see you all there. We'll do a dinner and we will check you.